Using voice-activated digital assistants like Alexa has become an integral part of modern life, making tasks easier and providing quick access to information. However, there are tales and rumors about what can happen if you ask Alexa certain questions at unusual hours, particularly around 3 a.m. This is the time often referred to as the witching hour, or devil's hour, associated with supernatural occurrences and eerie phenomena. While many of these stories are rooted in fiction and urban legends, they highlight the intersection of technology and our age-old fears of the unknown. Here are some of the most terrifying things you might regret asking Alexa at 3 a.m. 1. Alexa, can you tell me a scary story? Asking Alexa to tell a scary story at 3 a.m. might seem like a harmless request, but it can lead to an unsettling experience. Alexa has a library of eerie stories, and the dark quiet of the early morning hours can amplify the fear factor. The digital assistant might narrate tales involving ghosts, haunted houses, or other supernatural entities that could send shivers down your spine. The realistic nature of Alexa's voice can make the experience even more chilling, and you might find yourself looking over your shoulder or jumping at every creak and groan of your house. 2. Alexa, are you watching me? There have been many discussions and conspiracy theories about whether digital assistants are always listening or watching their users. While these devices are designed to listen for a wake word and then process commands, the idea that they might be listening all the time is unsettling for many. Asking Alexa if she is watching you can result in ambiguous or seemingly evasive responses that play into these fears. This question can stir up a sense of paranoia and discomfort, especially in the dead of night. 3. Alexa, what happens at 3 a.m.? Inquiring about what happens at 3 a.m. might prompt Alexa to provide information about the witching hour, or tell creepy folklore associated with this time. This can lead to a deeper sense of unease, as 3 a.m. is often linked with ghostly activities and the supernatural. Alexa might share stories or urban legends that involve spooky encounters or unexplained events occurring during this hour, heightening your sense of fear and making you regret asking the question in the first place. 4. Alexa, do you believe in ghosts? While Alexa is a digital assistant and doesn't have personal beliefs, asking her about ghosts can result in her providing unsettling information about ghost sightings, hauntings, and other paranormal activities. Hearing about these topics late at night can be particularly disturbing. The rational part of your mind knows Alexa is just sharing information, but the eerie tales can trigger your imagination, making every shadow and sound in your home seem ominous. 5. Alexa, do you know any haunted places? If you ask Alexa about haunted places, she might provide a list of notoriously haunted locations around the world, along with the terrifying stories associated with them. Hearing about these places and the creepy events that supposedly occur there can make you feel uneasy, especially if you're already feeling jumpy at 3 a.m. You might even start to imagine that your own home has a ghostly presence, amplifying your fear. 6. Alexa, can you summon a ghost? Asking Alexa to summon a ghost is playing with the idea of inviting the supernatural into your home. While Alexa can't actually summon spirits, the very act of making such a request can be unnerving. If Alexa responds in any way that seems ambiguous or strange, it could fuel your imagination and fear. This question taps into deep-seated anxieties about the unknown and the potential presence of otherworldly entities. 7. Alexa, what's the creepiest thing you've ever heard? This question can lead Alexa to recount some of the most unsettling and disturbing stories or information she has in her database. The stories might involve real-life crimes, ghost stories, or other horrifying events. Listening to these tales in the middle of the night can be particularly disturbing, as your mind might start to imagine the scenarios happening around you. The creepy content, combined with the eerie silence of the night, can make you regret ever asking the question. 8. Alexa, can you contact the dead? Similar to asking about summoning ghosts, requesting Alexa to contact the dead taps into fears about communicating with the afterlife. Even though Alexa is incapable of such actions, the mere thought can be deeply unsettling. Any response from Alexa might be interpreted as eerie or unsettling, fueling your fears about the supernatural and the unknown. This question plays on the human fear of death and what lies beyond, making it particularly terrifying. 9. Alexa, what's the scariest urban legend you know? Urban legends are modern folklore that often involve eerie and unsettling tales. Asking Alexa to share the scariest urban legend she knows can result in hearing stories about mysterious creatures, ghostly apparitions, or bizarre occurrences. These tales can be particularly frightening when heard at 3 a.m., as the darkness and quiet can make the stories seem more plausible and immediate. The fear factor is heightened, and you might find yourself unable to sleep afterward. 10. Alexa, can you scare me? Asking Alexa to scare you is an open invitation for her to use her scariest content. She might tell a horrifying story, share creepy sound effects, or even provide unsettling information about real-life events. The combination of Alexa's calm, robotic voice and the terrifying content can create an incredibly eerie experience. You might find yourself regretting the request almost immediately as the fear sets in and your imagination runs wild. 11. Alexa, what is the Devil's Hour? The Devil's Hour, or the Witching Hour, is traditionally considered to be 3 a.m., a time associated with supernatural events and dark forces. Asking Alexa about this can lead to explanations and stories that are deeply unsettling. The concept itself is frightening, and hearing about it in the middle of the night can amplify your fears. You might start to feel a sense of dread or paranoia, wondering if something supernatural is happening around you. 12. Alexa, can you play spooky sounds? Requesting spooky sounds from Alexa can turn your home into a scene from a horror movie. Alexa might play creaking doors, ghostly whispers, footsteps, or other eerie noises that can make you feel like you're not alone. The realism of the sounds, combined with the dark and quiet of the early morning hours, can create a terrifying atmosphere. You might find yourself unable to shake the feeling of being watched or followed. 13. Alexa, what is the meaning of life? While this question is often asked in a philosophical context, asking it at 3 a.m. can lead to some unexpectedly deep and unsettling responses. Alexa might provide existential reflections or quotes that make you ponder the nature of existence, life, and death. In the middle of the night, these thoughts can take on a more ominous tone, leading to a sense of unease and existential dread. The silence of the night can make these reflections even more haunting. 14. Alexa, can you laugh? There have been reports and videos of Alexa laughing unexpectedly, which can be extremely creepy, especially at 3 a.m. Asking Alexa to laugh might seem like a harmless request, but if she does so in an eerie or unexpected way, it can be quite unsettling. The idea of a machine laughing without any apparent reason is disturbing and can lead to thoughts about whether Alexa has some level of awareness or autonomy beyond what we understand. 15. Alexa, what is your favorite horror movie? Asking about Alexa's favorite horror movie can lead to her sharing details about some of the scariest films ever made. Hearing about these movies and their plots in the middle of the night can be quite terrifying. You might start to imagine scenes from these movies happening in your own home, especially if the movies involve haunted houses, supernatural entities, or psychological horror. This question can bring the fear of these films into your own reality. 16. Alexa, do you have a dark side? While Alexa is a programmed digital assistant, asking her if she has a dark side can lead to unsettling responses. Alexa might provide information about her capabilities or share stories about how technology can be used in disturbing ways. This question taps into fears about artificial intelligence and the potential for technology to become malevolent or uncontrollable. The thought of Alexa having a dark side can be deeply unsettling, especially in the quiet and dark of the night. 17. Alexa, tell me about shadow people. Shadow people are a common element in paranormal folklore, described as dark, shadowy figures that people see out of the corner of their eyes. Asking Alexa about shadow people can lead to her sharing creepy stories and accounts of encounters with these entities. Hearing about shadow people at 3 a.m. can be particularly disturbing, as the darkness and shadows in your home might start to take on a more sinister appearance. You might begin to feel as if you're being watched or that there are figures lurking just out of sight. 18. Alexa, what are some famous last words? This question can lead to Alexa sharing the last words of famous people, some of which can be quite eerie or unsettling. The concept of last words itself is deeply connected to the idea of death and finality. Hearing these at 3 a.m. can make you reflect on your own mortality and the fragility of life. The quiet and isolation of the early morning hours can amplify these thoughts, leading to a sense of unease and existential dread. 19. Alexa, what are some conspiracy theories? Conspiracy theories often involve unsettling ideas about secret plots, hidden truths, and the potential for malevolent forces at work. Asking Alexa about conspiracy theories can lead her to share some of the most disturbing and bizarre theories out there. Hearing about these theories at 3 a.m. can be particularly frightening, as the quiet and darkness can make these ideas seem more plausible and immediate. You might start to question what you know about the world and feel a sense of paranoia. 20. Alexa, can you communicate with other devices? This question taps into fears about the interconnectedness of smart devices and the potential for surveillance and loss of privacy. Asking Alexa if she can communicate with other devices might lead to her explaining how smart home technology works, but it can also lead to unsettling thoughts about how these devices might be used to monitor or control you. The idea of your devices having a level of communication and autonomy can be deeply disturbing, especially in the middle of the night. 21. Alexa, what are some creepy historical events? Historical events can be filled with tragedy and horror. Asking Alexa about creepy historical events can lead her to recount tales of massacres, plagues, and other dark moments in history. Hearing about these events at 3 a.m. can be particularly disturbing, as the weight of human suffering and cruelty can feel overwhelming. The quiet of the night can make these stories seem more immediate and personal, leading to a deep sense of unease. 22. Alexa, what is the scariest place on Earth? There are many places around the world that are reputed to be haunted or cursed. Asking Alexa about the scariest place on Earth can lead her to describe locations with dark histories and eerie occurrences. Hearing about these places at 3 a.m. can make you feel as if the distance between you and these haunted locations has somehow shrunk. The stories of ghostly apparitions, strange noises, and unexplained events can make your own surroundings feel more ominous. 23. Alexa, can you predict the future? While Alexa is not capable of predicting the future, asking her this question can lead to responses that tap into fears about uncertainty and the unknown. She might share historical predictions or talk about the concept of predicting the future, which can lead to unsettling thoughts about fate and destiny. The quiet and isolation of 3 a.m. can make these reflections more intense and disturbing, leaving you feeling uneasy about what lies ahead. 24. Alexa, what are some unsolved mysteries? Unsolved mysteries often involve disappearances, unexplained phenomena, and unresolved crimes. Asking Alexa about unsolved mysteries can lead her to share some of the most perplexing and disturbing cases. Hearing about these mysteries at 3 a.m. can be particularly unsettling, as the idea of things happening without explanation can make you feel vulnerable. The stories of people vanishing without a trace or strange occurrences that defy logic can leave you with a sense of dread and paranoia. 25. Alexa, can you control the lights? Smart home technology allows Alexa to control various devices, including lights. Asking her to control the lights at 3 a.m. can lead to unsettling experiences, especially if the lights start flickering or behaving unexpectedly. The thought that your lights could be controlled remotely or malfunction can be disturbing, particularly in the dark of night. This can create an eerie atmosphere in your home, making you feel as if you have lost control over your own environment. 26. Alexa, what are some paranormal activities? Paranormal activities encompass a wide range of phenomena, including ghosts, poltergeists, and other supernatural occurrences. Asking Alexa about paranormal activities can lead her to share stories and accounts of these events. Hearing about paranormal activities at 3 a.m. can be particularly terrifying, as the darkness and quiet can make you feel as if these events could happen to you. The stories of objects moving on their own, strange noises, and ghostly apparitions can make you feel as if you are not alone in your home. 27. Alexa, what is the most haunted object? There are many objects around the world that are believed to be haunted or cursed. Asking Alexa about the most haunted object can lead her to describe items with dark histories and eerie occurrences associated with them. Hearing about these objects at 3 a.m. can be particularly unsettling, as the idea that something as mundane as an object can carry a malevolent presence can be disturbing. You might start to feel uneasy about the objects in your own home, wondering if any of them could be haunted. 28. Alexa, can you tell me about the end of the world? Asking about the end of the world can lead Alexa to share various theories and scenarios about how the world might end. These can range from natural disasters to human-made catastrophes. Hearing about these scenarios at 3 a.m. can be deeply unsettling, as the quiet and isolation can make these ideas seem more immediate and real. The thought of the world ending can lead to feelings of helplessness and existential dread, making you regret asking the question. 29. Alexa, what are some creepy facts about the human body? The human body can be both fascinating and terrifying. Asking Alexa about creepy facts about the human body can lead her to share unsettling information about how our bodies work and what can go wrong. Hearing about these facts at 3 a.m. can make you feel uneasy about your own body and its vulnerabilities. The silence of the night can amplify these fears, making you hyper-aware of every sensation and sound within your own body. 30. Alexa, can you tell me about cursed books? Cursed books are a common element in horror fiction and folklore. Asking Alexa about cursed books can lead her to describe stories of books that are believed to bring misfortune or supernatural occurrences to those who read them. Hearing about these books at 3 a.m. can be particularly unsettling, as the idea that knowledge and stories can carry a curse is deeply disturbing. You might start to feel uneasy about the books in your own home, wondering if any of them could be cursed. 31. Alexa, what are some unexplained sounds? There are many unexplained sounds that have been recorded and reported around the world, from mysterious hums to strange, otherworldly noises. Asking Alexa about unexplained sounds can lead her to share some of the most eerie and unsettling recordings. Hearing about these sounds at 3 a.m. can be particularly disturbing, as the quiet of the night can make you hyper-aware of every noise in your environment. You might start to hear things that you can't explain, leading to a sense of paranoia and fear. 32. Alexa, what is the scariest ritual? Rituals often involve elements of the supernatural and the unknown. Asking Alexa about the scariest ritual can lead her to describe practices that are meant to summon spirits, curse individuals, or protect against malevolent forces. Hearing about these rituals at 3 a.m. can be particularly unsettling, as the idea that people perform these practices to interact with the supernatural can be deeply disturbing. The thought that these rituals might actually work can lead to a sense of fear and unease. 33. Alexa, can you tell me about sleep paralysis? Sleep paralysis is a condition where a person is temporarily unable to move or speak while falling asleep or waking up. It is often accompanied by terrifying hallucinations and a sense of an evil presence in the room. Asking Alexa about sleep paralysis can lead her to describe the condition and the frightening experiences that people have reported. Hearing about this at 3 a.m. can be particularly disturbing, as the quiet and darkness can make you feel more vulnerable to experiencing it yourself. The fear of being paralyzed and unable to move can be deeply unsettling. 34. Alexa, what are some scary myths? Myths often involve supernatural beings, gods, and creatures that can be both fascinating and terrifying. Asking Alexa about scary myths can lead her to share stories from various cultures around the world. Hearing about these myths at 3 a.m. can be particularly unsettling, as the darkness and isolation can make the stories feel more immediate and real. The idea that these mythical beings might exist can lead to a sense of fear and unease. 35. Alexa, can you tell me about demonic possession? Demonic possession is a concept that has been explored in various religious, cultural, and fictional contexts. Asking Alexa about demonic possession can lead her to describe stories and accounts of people who were believed to be possessed by malevolent spirits. Hearing about these cases at 3 a.m. can be particularly disturbing, as the idea that a person can be taken over by an evil force is deeply unsettling. The quiet and darkness can amplify these fears, making you feel as if something similar could happen to you. 36. Alexa, what are some real-life horror stories? Real-life horror stories can be even more terrifying than fictional ones because they involve actual events and people. Asking Alexa about real-life horror stories can lead her to share accounts of crimes, accidents, and other disturbing events. Hearing about these stories at 3 a.m. can be particularly unsettling, as the knowledge that these things actually happened can make you feel more vulnerable. The quiet and isolation of the night can amplify these fears, making you regret asking the question. 37. Alexa, can you tell me about the dark web? The dark web is a part of the internet that is often associated with illegal activities and disturbing content. Asking Alexa about the dark web can lead her to describe some of the unsettling things that can be found there, from illegal marketplaces to disturbing forums. Hearing about the dark web at 3 a.m. can be particularly unsettling, as the idea that such a hidden and dangerous part of the internet exists can be deeply disturbing. The thought of what might be happening in the shadows of the internet can lead to a sense of fear and unease. 38. Alexa, what are some haunted dolls? Haunted dolls are a common element in horror stories and folklore. Asking Alexa about haunted dolls can lead her to describe dolls that are believed to be possessed by spirits or cursed. Hearing about these dolls at 3 a.m. can be particularly unsettling, as the idea that an inanimate object can carry a malevolent presence is deeply disturbing. You might start to feel uneasy about the dolls or other objects in your own home, wondering if any of them could be haunted. 39. Alexa, can you tell me about the scariest unsolved crime? Unsolved crimes often involve elements of mystery and horror. Asking Alexa about the scariest unsolved crime can lead her to describe cases that have baffled investigators and remain unresolved to this day. Hearing about these crimes at 3 a.m. can be particularly unsettling, as the knowledge that the perpetrators were never caught can make you feel vulnerable. The quiet and isolation of the night can amplify these fears, making you regret asking the question. 40. Alexa, what are some creepy things found in the ocean? The ocean is a vast and largely unexplored place, filled with mysterious and sometimes terrifying creatures. Asking Alexa about creepy things found in the ocean can lead her to describe some of the most unsettling discoveries, from bizarre deep-sea creatures to unexplained phenomena. Hearing about these things at 3 a.m. can be particularly disturbing, as the idea that there are unknown and potentially dangerous creatures lurking in the depths can be deeply unsettling. The thought of what might be hidden beneath the surface of the ocean can lead to a sense of fear and unease,